It's hard to believe that the Obi-Wan Kenobi series has come and gone after waiting so long for something that involved the character. Obi-Wan Kenobi, the 6-episode limited series, shows the return of Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi and shows what he's been up to since the ending of Revenge of the Sith. I don't know if I could give my thoughts without spoiling, but I'll say this. Obi-Wan Kenobi is a good show with stupendous performances from both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, and further enhances the Star Wars experience. I'm going to jump around a lot, but let's start off with Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. I really love them in the show. Both Joel Edgerton and Bonnie Piesse reprised their roles from the prequel trilogy. When the third sister Reva was hunting Luke, they were so ready to throw down and protect him. And when Owen told Reva that Luke was his own, my heart. You understand the reasons why they don't want Luke to have any contact whatsoever with Kenobi. With Owen also telling Ben earlier in the series that he doesn't want Luke to be trained, because he'll end up like Anakin. When the first teaser trailer came out, I kept wondering what the reasons were for why Kenobi would leave Tatooine for. And of course it would be to save Princess Leia. I really love the Organa family in this. It's so cool to see Jimmy Smits back in the role again, after reappearing in Rogue One. Besides Obi-Wan and Vader, Vivian Lyra Blair as Princess Leia is the highlight of the series. She fully embodies the role. It's such a shame that Carrie Fisher is no longer with us because she would be so proud of her. She has the makings of a future rebel leader. The relationship she builds with old Ben is so bittersweet. I know that Obi-Wan would have loved playing the uncle role had Anakin not turned to the dark side and all that jazz. The Inquisitors appear in live action, and other than Reva, they don't really do much other than just stand around. The third sister quote-unquote kills the Grand Inquisitor early on in the show, but if you watch Rebels, you know that was just a fake out. Let's talk about the third sister. I really like Moses Ingram as Reva. I think she really did her job to be the cocky and arrogant Inquisitor that has more to her than what she seems. I think everyone called that she was one of the younglings that witnessed Vader kill the other Jedi during Order 66, but I didn't think that Vader had actually, attempted to kill her beforehand. Her motivation to try to grow close with Vader in order to kill him for revenge is so badass. On topic of Order 66, I love that this event has been the continuing thread for all these stories we've gotten recently. We got to see Vader march into the Jedi Temple in Revenge of the Sith, but seeing more of Vader here was so cool, and I'm shocked that they actually showed him slaughtering the younglings. I also appreciate that we got some physical clone troopers instead of them just being CGI, like how they were in the prequels. The scene that we got of the homeless clone veteran was also sad, and I'm so happy that Tamora got to play him. The Grand Inquisitor was also cool to see in live action, though I feel like they could have made him look more like how his species looked in Revenge of the Sith. After Reva kills him, quote unquote, he is out of the game until Vader beats Reva. So yeah, awesome to see him with his limited appearance. I grew up with the prequels, so being able to see both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen back in their roles was so awesome to see. First off, Ewan, what a treasure he is. It was so hard to see him in the state that he was during the series. Since he left Anakin on Mustafar for dead, he has been on Tatooine in exile with the sole purpose of protecting Luke from a distance. He has disconnected himself from the Force so he won't attract anyone that could sense him. It's only when the last resort he has to reconnect back with the Force so he can save Leia. It was funny to see him still have that classic sass whenever he was interacting with Princess Leia. Hayden Christensen comes back to portray Darth Vader, with James Earl Jones voicing him. God, it's so awesome to see Hayden come back. We get to see him chill on Mustafar in Fortress Vader. We get to see Vader in his prime. The atmosphere is so chilling whenever he's on screen, and the sequence when he kills the villagers to lure out Kenobi is so shocking. Vader wants blood. He knows Obi-Wan so well that he knows that this is hurting him. We do get one flashback set before Attack of the Clones. I really loved how they were able to integrate this into the present, showing how much Obi-Wan still knows Vader. It was a great display of their relationship. Obi-Wan acknowledges how much of a great fighter he is, but that his desire of victory will blind him. I'm glad that they didn't opt to give Hayden any de-aging because I thought he looked good. It's been 20 years since Attack of the Clones, so he's aged, but he still looks great. Personally, I think that they did a great job of showing both Vader and Kenobi duel twice before their meeting during A New Hope. In fact, it makes A New Hope stronger. A lot of things in the show make A New Hope even better than it already is. The first fight between the two is stunning. Obi-Wan hasn't activated and fought with a lightsaber for 10 years, and he just opened back up to the Force, so he's very rusty. Vader easily overpowers him, and I love the little parallel to Vader just slamming his saber down just like Luke will later do in Return of the Jedi. Vader overpowers Obi-Wan and leaves him scarred, but nothing that a little bath in the Bacta tank can fix. The second time they fight, Obi-Wan is at full power again and provides Vader with a challenge. Obi-Wan doing his iconic stance will always be hype. Obi-Wan overpowers and slices part of Vader's mask, and this scene is so heartbreaking. Ewan pours his heart out, pleading to Anakin that he's truly sorry. The pure evil that's in Vader's eyes, telling him that Vader killed Anakin. Hearing the split voice of Hayden and James Earl Jones is so freaking cool. The sound design with Vader's wheezing is so top notch. It's the stark contrast between how Vader sounds. 1. His normal breathing sends shivers down your spine, while 2. Hearing Vader fight to catch his breath and wheezing is so sad and tragic. I am super conflicted about this, and I know in my heart that I have to knock a point off of the show. I really like the music in the show, but it's pretty bad at the same time. Okay. In terms of new music, it's really good. John Williams composed a new theme for Obi-Wan himself, and I love that theme. A bit overused, but I like it. Natalie Holt composed the music, and I like it, but I don't get not using established themes for Star Wars. It's not like there's any copyright issues, it's literally Disney. It takes until the very last 15 minutes of the last episode to include the Force theme, Leia's theme, which I always cry to whenever I hear, and the Imperial March. How? I would have loved to hear maybe like a disjointed version of the Force theme when Obi-Wan is trying to get back in tune with it. And seeing Vader is so awesome in the show, but not having his march play throughout the whole thing until the end really hurts. I really wish they would have done Battle of the Heroes again during the final battle, but yeah, music matters, and especially matters when it comes to Star Wars. But what can you do? One other thing that I don't really like is, while I like the show for what we got, can we cancel this 6-episode mandate that we have with the majority of these Disney Plus shows? Let the writers and directors decide how many episodes a show gets. Don't force them to have only 6 episodes to play with. It can make a show feel so forced and rushed. Please, just stop. Alright, back to things that I really liked about the show. Seeing Ian McDiarmid come back to reprise Emperor Palpatine was so awesome to see, with his little T-Rex arms and all. And I can't forget Qui-Gon Jinn himself. Seeing Liam Neeson made me tear up, dude. Even though we got Liam Neeson back for the Clone Wars cartoon, seeing him in person again was so hype. And I think it greatly paid off, with Obi-Wan calling him out for guidance throughout the series. If we get a season 2, most likely not, but if we do, I can for sure see Obi-Wan finally learning how to become one with the Force, with guidance from Qui-Gon. And I also really like Deborah Chow's directing in this. She directed the best episodes in Mandalorian, and I really love the shots in this show, where it's really far away and you just see the lightsabers clashing. It's one of my favorite things. Overall, I really like this show. I personally think that this show is a win for all Star Wars fans. We get to see Ewan and Hayden back, a solid story that doesn't really conflict with A New Hope. In my opinion, this show enhances the original trilogy. It has good lightsaber fights, and for the most part, I am happy that we are away from Tatooine for once. I don't know if we'll see Ewan McGregor back, but Hayden Christensen is confirmed to be coming back for the Ahsoka show, so that's something to look forward to. The show is an easy 8.5 out of 10 for me, with the music problem taking some of the score off for me. Anywho, I've been heavily slacking off with making videos, so hopefully the following statement holds up, but I will be doing my best to get more stuff done, whether it's reviews like this or some more gaming content. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like it, and I'll catch y'all later. And thanks for watching.